What's up, Joe? How you doing, man?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Nice to see you, Adam.
It's good to see you too, man. I have to admit, I'm excited about today's show, as I usually am. However, I'm even more excited because after this moment, I'm going to take a little bit of a break until Tuesday of making content.
Oh, really?
Well, I did Toronto. Then I've been doing a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff for Epic, then marketing Epic, which is this weekend. You got to check it out. Actually, I got to show some people a little bit of what's going on. And then I did the Patreon content. We do a show called The Lone Wolves. The two of us would come together once a month, The Lone Wolves. Me and Shane from Small Town Exotics. I've recorded that yesterday. I'm about out of stuff to say, man. I hope you're ready to carry the show today, Joe. I'm done. I'm out, man.
No, I'm not. I'm not ready. You should have warned me about this. I don't know. This is Proper Cup of Joe, by the way. And Adam has snakes, and I don't. I got a lot of questions. All right. So we do this every Thursday morning at 7:30, and I'm excited to be here. And this is what I say to my students who are like, I'm one semester away. This is my last class. Let's get you through this, okay? Let's get you through this, Adam.
I'm a pro. We're going to make it happen. I don't mean it to say that I'm not excited. I like hanging out with you, Joe. Like, now, if you and I had recorded all of these things for the past, 10 days, then I'd be like, dude, we just got to get through this. No, I'm excited for it.
Okay. I see.
But I am ready for a little breather. And I have to say, like, generally, Thursdays are sort of like my Friday, because Fridays, my hospitality clients, they're getting ready for their weekends. They have their work weekends. So Friday night in restaurants is busy. They got weddings. They're putting on rehearsal dinners.
Right. Yeah.
They don't really have time for their consultant in Minnesota on Friday. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty light. I'm done with content for the weekend, and Fridays are just like I'm going to go get stuff done today day. Like my stuff, just the mundane, just running the errands, getting the feed, getting the, the tubs cleaned and all that. So Thursdays really kind of feel like my Fridays. I get through Thursday afternoon and I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling good heading into the weekend.
That's nice. That's nice. Is that, but that's not a regular schedule for a snake breeder. That's just the way that you have set up.
It's just the way I have my world set up. Yeah. Right, because I mean, and a lot coming up, a lot of weekends, or for the next 4 weekends, I work every weekend and I'm traveling. So I'll head out to Sioux Falls, South Dakota this weekend. Next weekend is back here in Minneapolis. The following is Tinley. Then the following is Fargo, and it's a twofer that weekend. They do Fargo on Saturday and then Hastings, Minnesota on Sunday. So, but even when I don't have those shows, I get through the weekend, and then come Sunday, it's like there's Tuesday peeking around the door. Is my show ready? Do I have a guest lined up? Have I written the show? Have I promoted the show?
Right.
All of that. So, but
it's amazing how quickly the weeks go by. I have a meeting this morning, or a supposed meeting this morning. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I thought I had more time before. So let's get through this, because I got some work I got to do.
Okay, all right. We're going to rush. We'll get it done.
So are you, how was your week? What's been going on with you? How is it? Did you have a nice a week? What happened?
It's good. I like the...
it's funny. You know what I have in my head? We got a little negative comment.
Oh, you want to cover it? You want to talk about it?
We got a negative comment. I think it was the only comment that we got.
No, we had somebody rush to our defense.
Yes.
Not ourselves, which is nice. Should we read the comment? Maybe we'll make that the one thing, or maybe you have another one thing.
No, I just wanted to mention it because now I'm like, I'm not self-conscious, but every once in a while I go, well, that sounded moronic.
Don't let the haters get in your head. Let's read it though. Matter of fact, I think, hang on a second, we could give them the full experience here. We'll show what pros we really are. Total transparency for everybody here. Let's see here. Oh, perfect. There we go. Are you ready? Boom. Script Gurus 1 says, anyone watching these morons, my YouTube needs to be recalibrate. He has a strong command of the English language. He understands tenses and how to write as well, which I was excited to see. To which, let me see, there were 3 replies. I said, thanks for stopping by. And then Chris at BNS Reptilia says, actually, I caught the replay, but do watch every week. Thanks for tuning in. And then I gave a little double fist bump. That's how you handle that, you know?
It was really funny to me because we have like a little debrief after the show ends, and the last week we were like, yeah, that was a really good one. It was great.
Yeah, right. You can feel it when it's a good show or not, or if there's dead air or whatever. And it was right away. It was immediate, like during the debrief, like, we're morons. Okay, good.
We're having some fun. Yes, sir. Yeah, I had a great week. My one thing was it's getting into the fall season, which is really fun. And a lot of Oktoberfests are taking place.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I went out. So we went to. We used to go out for like Dunedin is this cool little town on the Gulf, and it's just like an active nightlife there, and it's really fun to go and visit and everything. And so we used to go to the Irish festival. It's
a big stop on the circuit. Yeah, Dunedin.
Yeah, it's
festival.
And it's like for St. Patrick's Day, we'd go out there, and then we get a little older, and it's like, okay, all right, this is enough. But last year we stumbled upon the Oktoberfest.
Wait, you're over the Irish festival? You're like, I've grown up, I've outgrown this.
Well,
all right.
It's like it's messy. It gets messy there.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
A little messy.
It's a drinking holiday, but then again, so are Oktoberfest. But that's okay. It's another in the tradition. Go ahead.
But we went to an Oktoberfest, and it was just we just stumbled upon it last year, and there was a blast. And we decided again, let's go out this year. It's about an hour from our place, and it was just a blast. But they have a German band. What do you call them? Like
an Oompa, yeah.
Oompa band, yeah.
Right.
And there's a guy, this front man. I should have like the name of the band, but he's got to be pushing 70.
Okay.
And he is hilarious, and he is a fun. Really, he sets like the scene for the festival. And it's just like a big hall. That's what they have. It's a big hall, big long tables. They try to do it, like you would like some kind of tent in Munich, and it's really fun. It's the food and the beer and all that. But there is this guy that is dancing around crazy, just having fun, so much fun. And he makes the whole thing. I think he like sets the temperament of the tent. It's really, really fun. And he's got to be, if he's not 70, he's getting into his 70s.
He's seasoned, well seasoned.
Yeah. And that's like, I was just so impressed by him. I've been impressed for 2 years now. Both times I've gone, I'm like, wow, this guy knows how to make a party, party. And I'm just like, like I just said it, like you go to like St. Patrick's Day is getting a little sloppy. Maybe I'm getting a little older. But this guy was like, no, I'm going to party until I am well into my older age. Yeah. So it's like inspiring to see this guy still rocking it, when he's and not like I'm sure it's not like his main gig is to do this.
It's kind of a seasonal thing, right? Or at least like the Irish stuff, you got pubs you could play year round. I don't know if you could do Can you do Oompa music year
I
round?
mean, with an accordion, that's what he's playing is the accordion.
Yeah.
So he's got a big accordion strapped to his body, and he's no. So I don't think that. Yes, I don't think there's a high demand for that kind of stuff year round. But I mean, he knows how to get the audience involved. I mean, it's a good selection of funny little plays on what the current music is, and
okay, nice
old music. It's like fantastic. It was so fun.
So we have it's interesting to me. I'm still like kind of learning and figuring it out here in Minnesota, especially the rural towns. There are a lot of like I don't know if ethnic is the right word, like enclaves. So like where the car wash is actually a Czech enclave. Like it's the Schmeicheks and the Krycheks, and the butcher is a Czech butcher, and a lot of people speak Czech, and there's a Tri-City area. They call it a Tri-City, maybe Tri-Town, but anyway, area, and they have this big Czech festival, and then even like just down the road, our neighboring town where I go to the Aldi is a German enclave. It's called Dundas, and they have and so these Oktoberfests are popping up all over and around town or around the region. And so two like quick funny things. Last year, I got a call out of the blue from actually a guy in an Irish band, and he's like, "Hey, we got a gig in October, and I could use you if you want to play it." And I'm like, "Yeah, this sounds good." I said, "Where is it? What's going on?" He's like, "I'll send details. Just mark it down on your calendar, and it's paying." And I'm like, "Okay," because I did that one time with Spade, and the true story is that we ended up at like this nudist place, and I was like, "No. What is the gig? Where is the gig? What is the gig?" And the nudist thing was fine. I just had to know, I would just like to know what I'm doing, He's like, "Well, it's a private gig. You can't advertise it." And I'm like, "I'm not taking the gig if you don't tell me where I'm playing and what we're doing." And he's like, "All right."
He was reluctant to tell you?
Yeah, it was really strange. And he's like, "All right, it's the police and firefighters Oktoberfest ball." I'm like, "Why wouldn't you tell me that?" He's like, "I don't know. Some people are weird." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll definitely." I'm like, "Tell me where we're playing." So anyway, last year we did that, and I was like, "All right, now what are we playing if it's an Oktoberfest?" He's like, "Just what we do." I'm like, "All right, as long as I know what I do, that's fine. I'm not trying to like pick fights though here." And it was great. It was fun. It's a bunch of cops and firefighters dressed in lederhosen, getting just the brown overall shorts things, the suspenders, and they were toasted. And I was like, and I mean, it was great all night to be like, "Guys, this is one of these nights I could just have as many as I want. And, if I run into any trouble, I'm just like, yeah, I was here." And they're like, "Maybe don't push it." And I'm like, "I won't." And they're like, "But yeah, let them know if you do." I'm like, "Okay."
Nice.
No, they had this, they had these games that you play. And one of them was this contraption that they set on the shoulders, and it looked like a challenge from like Survivor or something. There's a platform with a circle cut out of it where a stein fits into it perfectly. Yeah. And then there's a rope on 4 quarters, and you have to like puppeteer this thing into your mouth. And of course you just end up drenched in beer is what happens, because nobody can actually drink from this thing.
That's what is the difference, I think, between something like an Oktoberfest and the parade that they have for St. Patrick's Day. The Oktoberfest usually has like these games that are really, if you're not involved with them, they're really just fun for you to watch other people try and do them. So that makes it really fun too. So I'm getting won over by these Oktoberfest things.
All right,
they're really fun.
Well, and then here's the other let's go back to the real quick, like the Czech, the German enclaves. Yeah. Our neighbor's a professor of German studies or something at one of the colleges nearby. And earlier this week, and I'd forgotten about this. I actually knew about it, but I'd forgotten about it. Earlier this week, I hear this, like, it's a noise, but it's a sound. I step outside, there's music. He has like an ensemble of like 15 different tuba players. and they're warming up, getting it like on the back porch in the yard.
All tubas.
It's all tubas now.
It's all tubas.
Well, because you got like euphoniums, that's a type of tuba. You got the regular tuba that you sit and play. You got your sousaphone that you stand up and play. And they're just ripping their Oompa music. And like I say, there's like 15, and it's just ringing through the neighborhood, man. And I forgot. So there's that. I don't know. They're putting something together for that. But there's like a tuba weekend where like people around town, they just play their tubas on their porches. So there's just like tuba music. It's really strange. It's an interesting.
That is awesome. I think that is awesome.
That's what made me think of it when you said that.
Like I wish there was more stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure that there is, and I should probably just look for it. Like these festivals, like, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, one of my best friend was when I was real young was a Greek guy, and he was super involved in his church, and they would have a Greek festival, and I loved going to the Greek festival. It was so fun. I mean, yeah.
Jim crushed it. I think if it's not, it has to be taken. But if it's not taken, that's definitely it. The Oktoberfest. That's right.
I just love going to I mean, and especially if it's I was around so much in that community and stuff that I was really welcomed, and just like that atmosphere was great. I mean, I think like having that kind of heritage and enjoying that kind of heritage, but then also being welcoming to other people to enjoy that heritage. Yeah. I think that's fantastic. I think it's so much fun. Like,
to be honest, like and I'm not like knocking anything, but it was a really cool, like, little glimpse of sort of what we were looking for, like suburban sprawl in Florida and like the cookie cutter homes. You don't have this, and like the strip malls, like there's no like pub or enclave or brewery that's or church that's been there since the 1820s when, you know, Sven and whoever landed or what, it's, and I really enjoy that. That's sort of the thing. And I've even thought of been like, I could just do concerts in my driveway. I could go like throwback to COVID style, like just advertise a gig in the driveway, you know, and anyway, I like that stuff. I like the ethnic delis. I like the butchers, all of that.
That's Dunedin. Dunedin is like, I guess it's like a Scottish enclave.
Okay,
and
cool.
like even the town, so it's an incorporated town in Florida, and the town actually funds the bagpipe band that is from Dunedin. I think I've mentioned that before on the show, but that's a part of the town's budget is paying for the director of the bagpipe band.
Well, bringing that festival brings a lot of, like I say, that's a massive, that's a really big stop on the circuit. The people that play there, so that's cool, man.
And you were saying, but I also I have friends though as well who are like, why are we holding on to this? We're all American. Why do we have to be Italian American? Why do we have to be Irish American? Why do we have to be German American? And I'm like, well, okay. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's fun, but
it also gets like boring. Like let's be honest, like a bunch of middle-aged white American dudes, it's kind of boring. Like, let's have a little, like little soul, a little culture.
But he's like, why do we? Yeah, exactly. Like it makes it colorful,
Yeah. And it's not that anybody doesn't speak English there, that doesn't I haven't been ostracized or anything.
No.
It's just, it's cool to see. And like I say, man, the food, the flavor, the beer, it's all good, man. Like,
that's really fun.
And if you like beer, why wouldn't you have somebody that knows how to make beer? Because we've all heard of Pilsner. Pilsen is in Czech Republic. I mean, that's where Pilsner comes. Yeah, that's it, man. Hey, we got a little couple bucks in the jar there from Creative Reptiles. You coming up to Tinley? You gonna be there, Elias? That's gonna be fun. I hope to see you there. Thank you for the kind little, like I say, a little tip in the jar. We are brought ad free by our friends at Palm Street. No more ads on Proper Royals live content. Who's doing that, man? That's putting the customer first, right?
Yeah, there you go. That's how you do things.
You think about the customer experience, my man.
I did notice that there was a Repticon in Lakeland this weekend. I should contact you about that to see if it's legit.
It's
or
nice.
if anybody knows anything about it, if there's vendors there or whatever who are watching the show. I know that we have some people who tune in from Florida. I'm just wondering about that, what that show is like in Lakeland.
My experience of that show, I have vended that show. All right, definitely March, and maybe I'll see you out at one of the other shows. I know you travel a lot. My experience of that show is that it's actually really nicely done. The venue's real nice. For some reason, I remember the carpeting in that venue being like plush, like nice to stand on all day.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, you start to think about these things. I don't know why.
It makes a difference. And
they had acoustic panels, so the room wasn't all like, echoey and boxy. Like you could record in there really well.
Yeah.
All that being said, and it was solid with the vendors. I think Steve Casino from Steve's Morphs vends there. I only vended it once. We'll just put it that way. It wasn't that great attended, unfortunately.
Okay.
But it's a nice venue and it's nicely done. A lot of Repticons are in like fairgrounds and even some open air kind of fairground buildings, and I like
Lakeland. I like Lakeland a lot. So
yeah,
I have a friend coming in with his son this weekend. So I don't know. Maybe they would be interested in.
Oh, you're going to make an appearance, little Joe?
I don't know.
Appearance.
I'm going to leave it up to them. And see if they want to go. But if not, then I don't know. No, I'll try and find another Repticon to go to.
All right. Well, and the problem is the Tampa Repticon is like primo show, fantastic show. It's right up there. I mean, it's just under Daytona. So when you get kind of used to that setting of the Tampa Repticon, the others don't stack up as much. It's a more local show in Lakeland, but again, very nice venue. I was
okay, cool. Well, maybe I can convince them to go, and maybe if anybody's vending there, I'll see them.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see how you do it then. I wanted to show this real quick. I need to hang on a second here. How do I get rid of this? Stop that. And then, here we go. We're going to share the screen real quick and have a little view here. This is coming up this Saturday. We've been working on this quite a lot. Myself and Craig from Bash Coder and Nikki from
All right.
It's the Epic Fall event, man. The new season of Epic is coming up. Chris has been working with us on the kickoff session. Check this out. You got 4 tracks: the business, the keeping, the breeding, and the outreach track. And then within each track, there's 4 different sessions. So we got 16 sessions plus the keynote speaker, which is Emily Roberts from Snake Discovery. And then just look at this lineup. You got Bob Bledsoe, Fear to Fascination, Stephen Conduit. You got Chris Eaton there, Grant Crossman from North of the Border, Gecko, Diva, that's Crystal. She's from up north, Brian Gundy, the Harbins. We got a youth panel, which is really cool this time too. So kind of the next generation that we're featuring. There's Tyler King. He's participating in that.
That's great.
Yeah, that's Mark Mandick, Emily Roberts again, Adam Wickens. It's pretty cool, man. So that is this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, and you got like 5 hours of content that you literally couldn't absorb all at one time because there's 4 shows going at once. So you'll be able to watch the replays. There's no registration. There's no fee. You go to epic.live and you pick your session. You go watch it. You enjoy it. After the fact, it'll be there for free on YouTube forever.
That's great. I didn't know. I actually, I was completely ignorant of this. So I didn't.
That means I haven't been doing my job. If you're no, that's been a big.
We should talk about it more. But I think I remember. We talked a lot about the first Epic this past spring a lot on this on this show. So I just didn't know that this.
I've been sneaking off on
Saturday.
The weekends, cooking up another Epic, man. Like I say, I've been busy. It's been go time here in the since summer ended, since Labor Day.
So is that your one thing, or do you have another thing from this past week that you want to talk about?
Oh, I don't know, the tubas and the oompas and
the tubas.
It was all good stuff. We're good on there. you have undertaken some pretty big life decisions, changes. I would even dare to say somewhat, if not fully entrepreneurial in certain areas as well of what you got cooking up. And there's like this, like in my experience, you ramp up, you get really, really excited, you get amped up, you go do it, you take the leap. You're like, I'm out. I'm quitting the job. I'm going to go chase my passion. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to supplement it with this. And here's how it's all going to work. And it's going to be wonderful. And I'm going to be happy. And then you do that for a while, and then reality could set in. And I don't know if we're quite there yet, but how you doing, Joe? Got to check in on you, man. How's that whole process playing out for you?
I think I'm doing well, and I think I think people who have tuned in to this show can probably tell that I'm better than I was.
Some people have made those comments. Yeah,
I'm a little. The stress level has definitely just gone down, just reduced so much. And it's funny because I think what happened was. I really wanted to make sure that I had everything in place in order for me to make this move. And I'm kind of overwhelmed right now because I think I've almost taken on too much, but even in taking on too much, I'm still happy and not stressed. I'm less stressed than I was doing less work at my previous job than I am now having more work and trying to keep up. I feel like I'm not keeping up. Just like I mentioned earlier this morning, I'm not quite ready for this meeting this morning. So, I'm getting my legs back into doing this. I feel good about it, and I think I'm like just much more confident in the things that I'm doing too, which is strange as well, because it's not easy when you don't know when your next paycheck is coming.
Right. Yeah. You're always scrambling for it. So like to go back, because you brought up or you hinted at a good point. We all hear this, like, chase your dreams. It's going to be okay. You're going to be fulfilled, have this purpose. And then there's this other voice that's like, yeah, how's the electric bill get paid? Like, how do I not be homeless? Like this, like this is all good. Tell me about this other part. And then that leads to what you're talking about, where we're not even over. Like we prepare thoroughly because you got mouths to feed that depend on you. You have a home and a lifestyle you enjoy. And we say, like, we might change our lifestyle as in, like, okay, maybe we go to a few less Oktoberfests, but I still want to live in a house. Like, I don't want to change my lifestyle to where I live in a tent or, hey, I bought this great Sprinter van. Good thing, because now I can live in it. Like, that's not what we're talking about. You want to maintain a lifestyle. So tell for people that aren't familiar, give a little recap. Like, what did you walk away from, and what did you sign up for? Like, what is this world that you've built that you're navigating and panicking slightly through, but excited with the stress, and it's good stress? Tell people about that.
Well, I started to teach more college courses.
Was the number 6
last fall? So last fall I started to go, I really like doing this. I'm going to start doing it more. And then I think I had 5 in the spring, and I was like, okay, well, if I get enough here, and if I get enough there, and I get a few other contracts in place, I could leave the job that I had and do some things that I want to do, and maybe even have a little more time. And that's not, the time thing is not working out, but definitely the flexibility is working. So like I was up, I woke up this morning at 5 and I started to work, and I was like, okay, well, it just needs to be done. So
yeah,
but I'm not. But the great thing is that I'm doing it for myself, and I'm doing it because I need to do it, and I need to get that get these checks rolling in through the through the mail to me.
Right.
So and what I was doing is, I mean, if you don't know, I've mentioned it a few times. I was working at I was the vice president of an accounting firm. It's a small accounting
I didn't know
firm.
you were VP. Oh, wow.
I was VP.
Wow. Okay.
But it's a very small. It sounds better than it actually was. It's a very small accounting firm. But
this is the internet, Joe. Speaking into existence, baby. Give me some. Let it rip, man.
So I'm a little embarrassed to say that kind of thing because it was a very small operation, but yeah, and it was fine. I think it was good work, and I met a whole lot of people, and I don't regret doing it. It was really great, blah blah blah. But it's definitely, and it was definitely a check every 2 weeks that was fine, paid the bills fine, great, it was fantastic. But it was out of my element. It was not really who I am. And even like when I would talk to people, and they'd like people that I hadn't seen, even my family or my friends, and they go, "What are you doing now?" And I'd go, "I work for an accounting firm."
I'm a vice president of an accounting firm.
They would go, "Oh," they'd raise their eyebrow, "Oh." And I could see their disappointment.
the higher the higher register when they're not like, oh, they're like, oh, yeah. When it goes up higher, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh. And it seems like if I said, I would say, "Oh, I'm the vice president of a." It sounds like a pretty good thing, right?
Right.
But when I said accounting firm, they just knew. The people that knew me were like, "What are you doing?" I could see in their face. They were like, "This is not you." They knew it was not me. So, I left there, and I used to do training and development and things like that. I was good. That's what for 3 years I just did like HR consulting, that kind of thing. But it was more training and development stuff. So I was like, if I can just get a few more contracts, then I'd be able to leap off of here, really focus on my work, my teaching, and work on those contracts while I get myself into a position where I can get a full-time gig as a professor at a college. So that was the plan. And what I did was like I said, I was like, okay, let's make sure I have certain contracts in place. I'll give my notice, and then I will let everyone know, all my contacts at all of these different colleges know that I'm available to teach. And so now I have a whole lot of adjuncting classes. And I said to myself, I'm going to be a better professor. I'm going to be a better instructor because I'll have more time. And that's not really like I'm trying to do that.
I feel like that was like the Maury Povich show. And that was a lie.
That was a lie. And I'm trying, like this morning, I was like, there was a student who was having trouble with one of the assignments. She asked for help. And I took like a half hour, like writing things out, like, this is what you should be doing. And I was like, is that too much? But that's the kind of like instructor that I want to be. Like, I want to be, really focused on that. But I should have been focusing on getting ready for this consulting meeting that I have this morning. So my passion is really there. But I think one of the things that I need to do, because I've taken on a few different projects, is really prioritize, well, okay, am I really at that stage where I can be that kind of instructor? Or do I just need to maintain for now and really work on making sure that the money's coming in? I think I get drawn into like the thing that I really like to do, and I want to spend the most time there, which is natural.
That is natural,
But I got to be smart about balancing things right now.
How do you find your consulting clients? Like, in my consulting world, I found that they're primarily like businesses that I've worked for in the past. Do you reapproach them? Have they been reaching out to you the whole time? Like, do you make like cold call pitches, or are people coming knocking? How's this working for you?
Yeah, it's really just going to your contacts. That's what I've done. I've just gone, okay, well, who do I know? What do I know? Who have I worked with in the past?
Right.
That's everything. That's all. Because it's hard. I think it's really hard to go, yeah, why don't you let me come in, somebody that you don't really know and you haven't heard of? Why don't you let me come in and I'll help develop a leadership program that's going to change the way
Right.
you people lead.
You people.
So, yeah. So they want. I think what you got to have. I think what you have to have is you have to have somebody that you know that's going to be a champion at the company, who's going to go, this guy is really good, and let's bring him in. And then you have to go in and you got to make you got to make a good impression, I think.
Right.
So that's how I'm doing is I'm going to these people that I used to work with and go, hey, what do you need? And I'm back on the market here, and I'm looking for, even if it's just, to bring me in for some kind of team building exercise or something like that.
Right.
I can run a day. I'll do a day, bring me in and we'll figure it out,
Well, and it's it could be one of the, like with music gigs, I'm like, well, look, let me just come in. I'll do the opening slot or whatever. At least like, let me show what I do. And then you might find, hey, this person's easy to work with. They're professional. They're prepared. I'm guessing you don't show up drunk. So it's good. You get, more opportunities can come from it. Jeremy at Mob Boss Morph Soup. By the way, I think Jeremy just vended his first show 2 weeks ago. Congratulations, if that's
nice.
True.
Nice.
So
that's
if
awesome.
not the first early on show, I was in Toronto when he was in Iowa. So anyhow, I'll see him vending around. But he says, what classes are you teaching, man? What do you got cooking on your teaching world?
So I teach world religions and I teach comparative religions, which they're mostly the same thing. So I teach world religions and comparative religions, but I'm pigeonholed into sticking with religion because that's what my master's is in. So that's what I'm credentialed to teach. But the other part of this is that I have to put myself into a position where I can teach more than just religion classes, because the only thing that's really offered at places where I can work or adjunct is our world religion classes. So I want to be able to teach history. And so part of this as well is me going back to school and getting some graduate courses in history. So that's also what I'm doing right now is I'm going through a graduate course in history.
You could be Dr. Joe before we know it, man. I'm excited.
We'll see. I don't know that. I forgot how much I really love being in a group of people and really chopping it up with them. So it's really, really fun. So I've been having fun this semester as well. I've been having fun last semester. So just getting credentialed in order to get into the classroom and to do that, that's a part of the plan as well. And it'll take me a few years, and it's hard to figure out, it's hard to figure out that balance, and it's hard to start over when you're this old, I think. In education. But if you're getting called, if there's something in you that's like, this is what I love to do, this is what I've been looking to do, this is what I love to do, and you can figure out a way for you to go about doing that, even if it's going to take a few years for you to get there, just do it. I mean, we're not dead. We're getting older, but we're not dead.
Don't get dead. I was laughing. I want you to know I wasn't laughing at you in there when you said it's going to take me a couple of years to get your doctorate. Like that's what snake breeders talk about. Like to hit, like it'll take me a couple of years, but I could make a lavender pet pie. Like a doctor sounds way better for a couple of years.
So I do want to, I don't want this hour or this last little bit to be all about me, but because I mean that is fun. But
you're getting the love today, man. That's what's happening.
I think it is I think you have to plant some certain seeds. You have to go, if you're I kept on going, well, I'm not really, this isn't really feeding me, and I'm not really super happy in where I was. Like, how can I jump to another thing where that's just gonna, be the thing that's going to click and it's going to be great. I had that mentality for a while, and now I'm like, okay, well, I got to put a plan in place. I mean, and it's kind of, you have been really integral in me getting to that point where I'm like, okay, I got to lay a foundation. I got to plan this stuff out so I can get to where I want to be.
Leave me out of this, Joe. I don't want to explaining to Chelsea.
I'm blaming you if
no,
things
yeah,
go
exactly.
wrong.
I don't need to answer to family members, any of that. No, I'm joking, man.
But I also I love like bringing these thoughts together and synthesizing things. But yeah, like there is, like you all have to plan out years in advance what the thing that you want to be, what the That's kind true. Of snake that you want to breed in a few years.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's kind of out there, but I did take that as kind of a, hey, I gotta start now, and I gotta start small, and I gotta do these small steps in order to get to where I want to be in a few years.
Yeah. Tyler, so something that I really enjoy is like there's all these public conversations that I have, but then there's some private conversations and relationships that get built. And I don't share some of that. So I'm not going to share the details, but Tyler and I talk behind the scenes pretty often, and we bat around pretty cool business ideas. And I had a great conversation with him this week, and I almost pitched to you this week to do the show on big visions that you go tackle and you bring to life. And that kind of led me to where we are today of like, well, let's check in on Joe, because he had a big vision and he has tackled it and he has brought it to life. But Tyler really inspires me for like just the way that he boils things down to the simple things. Like, it's just data, money, and execution. How do you get all of those three things together and make it work? And
yeah, right.
And then at that point, just ignore all the zeros at the end of it all. And I'm like, man, those are big visions, So he's really great with that. But Tyler's got a couple questions. This is what companies what size companies do you target? And then do you enjoy teaching or consulting more?
Yeah. So I think the largest company I've ever worked with was 3,000 employees. And I think
that's a big company.
Yeah. And then like the companies I'm working for now, there's 400 employees. And then there is 50, a company with 50. And then like I've done in the past, I've done as small as 10, a group of 10, but that wouldn't be a long-term investment in me. That would be like a one-off, like once you come in and do our departmental retreat or something like that. And then I go and run that kind of thing. So all sizes. And, I mean, I've never done, a huge company like
3,000 is pretty, 3,000 is pretty big, man. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. So all kinds and all different types of things. And do I like teaching or consulting? I like teaching. I like getting into a group of people and talking about big ideas, big ideas like philosophy and theology and history and things like that. I really, really love that. So, but I can, like, there have been moments in consulting where, especially with like the kind of leadership development that I do, it's really, really fun to get into a group and talk about the kinds of leadership that really motivate people and how they do their own leadership point of view and how they approach leadership. I just love that kind of conversation. So consulting can be really, really edifying, really, really satisfying. But really, I like theory. I like big ideas. I like being in the classroom with people who are ready to learn. A lot of times you work with a company and the people are kind of forced to be in a meeting.
It's like the middle school band concert that you have to go to. Great. No, but but do you find like your role in consulting or the thing that you consult for is a version of teaching? Like I always spent like I don't know if people realize or remember, I have a history degree in education. Like my goal was to be a history teacher a long time ago. But I found like restaurant leadership, I did get to teach, I did get to coach, and I hate to admit it, I made a lot more money slinging burgers than unfortunately history teachers get paid at the time. I don't know how that is now, but so I chose a different path. But I did always see like my restaurant as my massive classroom. Do you ever feel that way? Consult. I mean,
Oh yeah,
teaching,
definitely.
yeah. So it is teaching as well.
My my favorite thing to do in my and this is something that I've learned about myself um is a group of people that transform by exploring things, like leading a group of people to change by exploring something together. That's what I love to do. That's my favorite thing to do. I have that clarity, and I can do that, consulting, and I can do that in the classroom. It's just more readily available in the classroom.
Right. Yeah. It's like a covert operation consulting. Teaching is just like, here's what we're going to do. Yeah.
Right. So, but here would be the difference. So if you are thinking, man, I just love reptile breeding. I love the reptile industry. I want to make this change. Like, I want to make that leap. Like I think there has to be definitely a plan in place, but also, like, for me, it's easier to go, I need I need 3 contracts at a certain price point in order for me to maintain my lifestyle, right? And that those contracts need to be maintained over multiple years. So that's what I was said to myself. I said I need 3, and I need to make sure that that I have them for at least a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but like, that would be different than going, I need to sell 100 snakes this year. Because you're making that's 100 things that you have to do, that you have to sell instead of 3. So if there's a way that you can make a leap, that where you only have to sell, you have to make that sales pitch less amount of time, less frequently, then that would be a more viable way, I think, to make a leap into your own kind of.
It's so there's breeders that I know that sell snakes and create snakes on the 5-figure caliber of snakes, and they need to sell 10 of them a year. They've also been at it 30 years, and they can do that. The people that have this dream that can happen out of the gate, because the problem is, to make 10 5-figure snakes, you got to spend $500,000. So, congratulations, you sell the 10. Where's the other 400 grand going to come from? Whereas if you're at it for 20 or 30 years, you could build up to that and grow into that. So a lot of it is sort of the timing of how you want to get there, or how you manage that 400 grand of debt. That could happen. That could be part of your plan as well. So for me, it was looking at the facets of, all right, I'm going to have to build up to that because I don't have $500,000 to put into something. A, B, I do have another specialty, and I'm going to keep that as a separate business, my consulting. And then I looked at the opportunity of, I love finding opportunities when they sort of float down the river. Like, you're just a fish, and here comes a bug on the water top. There's an opportunity. You got to take it. And rodents presented that. The media presented that. The media angles presented that a little bit. And when those come along, I've got to lean into those. And I do want to say, I did not mean to be snide about anybody's pay. I think educators are, whatever God is out there, that's God's work, man. Like, educators are that. I meant nothing about the pay, other than a pragmatic situation that I was in, and I happen to be good. I think the good teachers should be paid an absolute fortune, and the people that are passionate about teaching are to be celebrated. And I'll leave it there, but I want to make sure that, I want to make sure that didn't come across any other way.
It's funny. I think I am working towards a salary that is significantly less than what I've made in the past, and I'm working.
And you're working towards it.
That salary. So here's also a part of my plan. I don't think I will ever stop consulting. I don't think I will ever stop doing that.
Yeah.
So, and I will try and make it work, even if when I have the time, to make sure that I get, a $2,000 day here, or, whatever, to really supplement that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it gets glossed over. Like the internet likes to have these like flexes or whatever. Oh, I quit my job and I do this.
That's right.
It's either a lie or it's the truth, but they're glossing over all the other things that
Right.
have
Yeah.
to be done. And we used to use the expression, you got to be the duck in the restaurant. Above the water, the duck is all calm and graceful. It's looking good. Under the water, that duck is going nuts. It's got a trail of poo behind it. There's alligators nipping at its feet, pike trying to eat the thing, and you never see that up on top. And that's cool to present. Like in a service situation, you want that smooth presentation.
Yeah.
It's something that's supposed to be the truth, and you're hiding that. That's not fair to the viewer. Like that, I think I've always prided myself on like, yeah, okay, here are the successes, but here's all the other stuff that I got to figure out to make this work and to make the ends meet and to have this shining result at the end.
Yeah.
And I'm not at that shiny result yet. That's a years long process. It'll take a long time,
And just going back to your kind of like, where do you find your people? Like, so you find them from your past and the people that trust you.
Yeah.
And so like, even if you like, I've been in positions where I go, I hate this. I hate doing this,
Right.
but I do the best job that I can, even though I hate the work.
And that's being loyal. That's being loyal to your name and yourself and your own brand. Yeah.
And that pays off. That will pay off in the future because I'm getting now, people want people who are going to be honest and give just hard work, do hard work for them. So, and that's hard to find. So if you do that, even if you don't like the position, you're going to like it is paying off for me, because when I go to them, they go, oh, this guy is, I remember the kind of work that he did and he's great. So let's bring him in and see what he has to say, So, and I have a recognition that even though like the allure of this, of like doing your own thing or having your own contracts or not working for somebody else, the allure is that, oh, I do it all myself. Well, that's not true at all.
Right.
Like I said, like you have to have champions within a company that go, I know this person, I'm going to bring them in. And you build that over time just by doing the work the best that you can wherever you are.
I'll tell you, it was a crazy story, but it echoes what you're talking about. I worked for the PGA Tour 06 to 2012, and I did love it. And then after a while, it turned into a grind. The deal was it's 6 days a week, and that's what it's going to be. And you're on salary, and that means we wouldn't put you on salary if we didn't expect you to take advantage of not paying you overtime. Essentially, is it? And it was a total grind, hustle culture, and it got me where I am and where I was going. But it was sort of burning out kind of deal. I think we all empathize that runs out after 5-6 years. I leave in 2012, go to other companies, blah, blah, blah. And I always try to do my best. I was very proud of working at the PGA Tour, and I was obviously proud of my own name and my own personal brand. I moved back to Jacksonville, get through COVID, start this whole new venture. I leave employment kind of deal, and I'm playing a gig in an Irish pub. And well into the night, like the groups that like it's 11 o'clock. Very few people are like starting their night at 11, and you could see that these are like middle-aged couples that have been drinking all night. They're just closer to home. Like they're not starting. They're in their prime, so to speak, of the evening. They're living it up. And I see one of the executives from the PGA Tour in this group, and I was like, it's been 9 years. What's that guy's name? What did he do? What's his name? And I see him make eye contact, And you know, when you see somebody outside of the element that you expect to see them in, and it's so like disjointed, like he's trying to do the math of where do I know this guy? Is that who I think it is? And he comes up to me, he's like, "You're Adam, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I play music, man. What are you doing? You're drinking. I never see, you know." I'm like, "It's the same thing you're doing. I'm just living my life." And he's like, no. What are you like doing these days? And I was like, "Oh, well, playing music." And I was like, "I'm probably not going to tell him I'm breeding snakes." And I was like, "I do some restaurant consulting." And Joe, to the point of the story, was exactly what you're saying. He goes, "Man, you always worked your butt off and you were great." He's like, "I just bought a club and it's a distressed property. Like I need."
Yeah.
And actually he tried to hire, he was like, "I need a food and beverage director." I'm like, "No, I'll consult, I'll help, I'll get it off the ground, I'll get you hired." But we ended up working on the renovation, blueprints, design, architectural design. Like he needed somebody that knew the operations to be able to say to the architect, "This wall can't go here. I don't care how you support the building above me. This can't work with this flow," or how the line, you know. And it ended up being a very fruitful client. And part of me regrets I left that client behind. It wasn't as much of a remote consulting situation as I would have liked. It was on property, so I had to leave it behind when I moved up here. But it's exactly what you're talking about, that personal brand, even through the haze of a 11 o'clock pub night gig. That brand still shone through.
And by the way, like, so my degrees are in history, and they're in in history and theology.
Yeah,
that's what they are. But what I'm doing, but the consulting I'm doing is human resources work and training. So and because my education is more from my work than anything else. So and in that area, by the way, so I'm not going to go, "Hey, I have a history and theology degree. Why don't you hire me to do your leadership development?"
Right. You got to talk about the experience that you have. Yeah.
Right. And so you're building that experience over time, and that's what I use. And I have to use that over and a part of me is like, if I cold call people, they're going to go, "Okay, who's Joe Arnott?" And they're going to see, "Oh, well, he's got a snake podcast on Thursday mornings. I don't know if I want to be." I'm a little bit worried about that.
I just say, have you run into that at all? Of like, you got to. I love like I say, sort of like the disjointed dichotomy would be two things, but trichotomy, whatever it is. So like in the bank in the local town I go to, they see me in like this, and usually just covered in like rodent dust or hard work looking. And I get talking to the guy, and the bank, it's actually a cool concept. The bank is attached to a little like coffee shop cafe. He's like, "Man, I'm trying to figure out this cafe food and beverage stuff." I was like, "Oh, really?" And I tell him what I've done in my career, and he just looks at me like I'm like, "Is this guy lying to me?" And so I actually, like, in my like notes file, I have my LinkedIn profile saved so I could click on it and show people on my phone right away, and it, it shows me in my suit and garb, and the resume. And he's like, "Man, I might have to call you sometime." I'm like, "Anytime, man. I will. I'll be glad to help you out." And anyway, it's just kind of fun to catch people off guard. And they see you in one box, and then you're like, "Nah, well, there's more to me, man. There's a lot going on here,
Hey, I just want to say thanks, Tyler, for the congratulations. I also say, hey, if there's a job, I'll travel.
There you go. It's the answer is always yes. We just have to figure out the details, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I used to do that a lot. Now, that wasn't a contracting position, but I used to do that a lot, is travel and consult. I worked for a company that would travel around, and I would travel the country and stuff. And I loved that kind of work. It was great.
We got to say thanks to Keeper Kane. Go check out his YouTube channel. Always family friendly, all about the animals and his own experiences. He keeps big snakes, he keeps aquatics, tarantulas, and he's a good ball python breeder as well. So if that's up your alley, go check out his YouTube channel. Keeper Kane, safe, great viewing for everybody on there. I definitely would recommend. Let it. Oh, focus. Yeah,
yes,
baby, there it is. The slow build, the anticipation, man. Cold Blooded Cafe. Use the promo code Proper11. Get yourself free shipping on the freshest, cleanest rodents in the industry, all domestically produced right here in the United States of America. And bam, another slow build. There it is. Husbandry Pro. How are you going to keep everything organized without a little bit of software help? You can plan your breeding. I just did my whole breeding plan for 2026 on Husbandry Pro, track feedings and generational information. You don't need to be pulling out, flip charts and legal pads from 7 seasons ago. Digitize it all. It's all right there. Husbandry Pro. Thanks, everybody.
Hey,
Joe?
Listen, I just want to say, just to wrap this up, I think one of the most important things is be honest with what you need in order to live the life that you want to live, and plan for that, and know it's going to take a long time. But also the other thing that I think you have, Adam, and it inspires me, and it really makes me think like, oh, I can do this, is that invest in yourself. Like, understand that you can do this. If you have confidence in yourself. Try and find that confidence in yourself to do it. Now, be smart about it and be honest about what you need in place in order to do this type of thing. But there has to be a little bit of this. I can do this. I know I can do this. So have a great week, everybody. Thanks for the great conversation. I appreciate the focus on me a little bit. That's fun. So I appreciate you, Adam, and thanks for everybody tuning in this morning.
Have a great meeting today. Hope that contract lasts a couple of years. I hope you get the contract, and we'll see you next week. I'll ask you about it then, Joe.
Okay, cool.
All right.
See you.
Thanks, everybody.